Stop wasting your money on Facebook ads that don't reach the right people. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact methods you need to implement to make sure that your ads always reach the right people to unlock incredible growth across your campaigns. My name's Fraser, I run Fraggle, and we have worked with over 40 e-commerce and D2C brands, and our ads have spent over 300 million on Meta and TikTok. Today, I'm excited to show you some methods that we use ourselves to make sure that our ads always reach our customers' target demographic. One thing that I always preach, if you follow me on Twitter, then you'll know this, is that creative is your targeting. And since your creative is the first thing that any customer sees, it makes sense that you need to take time on this to make sure that the right people are seeing it. At the end of the day, we're spending a lot of money on these ads. We're giving Facebook a lot of money, and we need to make sure that money is well spent, because there's no point delivering an ad to someone that has no possibility to ever turn into your customer. So here are 3 ways in which you can target with your creative. So the first one, probably the most effective, is targeting with your hook. So your hook is the first few seconds of your video creative, and often it's used to attract attention. Now, that's great, but if you aren't attracting the right attention, it's pointless. I've worked with brands in which they have like a 70-80% hook rate. On paper, that looks amazing, but then when you compare that to the click to purchase ratio, people that are actually clicking off the ad and purchasing, it is minimal. And the reason for that is they're attracting all the attention, but it's not the right attention. So actually what you're much better off having there is a low hook rate, like 20-30%, but with a really high click to purchase ratio, because that means that you're attracting maybe less attention, but the attention you are attracting is the right kind. So one of the best ways that you can do this is within your hook is calling out your demographic. What is a better way to attract the right person than directly addressing them? Well, there isn't one, is there really?
Trying to get pregnant in my 30s was taking over my life. It was affecting mine and my husband's relationship, but then I found it.
In this example we made, we start the video by saying getting pregnant in my 30s was, and there, we are saying this video is for people in their 30s who are trying to get pregnant. We're directly calling out the customer before even 10 seconds is up. So when your customer is scrolling through their timeline and they see and hear that line, they're gonna pay attention because they know the video is for them. And that also leads me nicely onto the other way to target with your hook, is by calling out the problem that your customer suffers with.
If you've got dry feet and if you've got cracked feet, then you need to watch this video.
So like in this example, we're saying, do you have dry feet? So instead of saying, are you under 30? Are you over 30? We're saying the problem which our customer suffers with. Do you have dry feet? So if you're scrolling down your feed, you see and you hear that, you go, yes, I do have dry feet. This video is for me. This is only really effective when your customer is problem aware. They already know the problem they suffer with, and they may or may not be actively looking for a solution.
My short-term memory was driving my wife insane.
Or even in this example that we made for a digital note-taker app, we're saying my wife was so mad at my short-term memory. We're saying a problem. I'm sure there's many people, me included, that their wife always goes on at them because they've forgotten something, menial, right? And so this is calling out those people that suffer with that problem. People like me would stop and watch the video. We're humans, we want to solve our problems, and so by calling out your problem straight away at the top of the video is one of the best ways to grab the right attention. The next way that you can effectively target with your creative is with casting. Believe it or not, people want to picture themselves in what they watch. That's why holiday adverts are always made to look so amazing and everything's in slow-mo, because you want to be that person. You want to be sat on a beach sipping a pina colada. And so the people in those adverts are cast to be the people that they want to buy the holidays, because you can easily picture yourself in that scenario if the person is similar to you.
Perimenopause got you feeling like a hot mess. I got you.
And that's exactly what we did with this menopause ad. There's no point us making an ad for women that suffer with menopause with a man who's like 20 years old in it, because they just swipe past. They go, what does this person know about the menopause? So instead we cast someone which is either starting or going through the menopause or is pre-menopausal, because that way the customer can connect to them. They relate to them on a deeper level and believe what they're saying. This is so important and so underutilized. There is endless amount of brands that just find the nearest UGC creator they can do and get them to make a video, regardless of whether they're in the demographic or not. They will fail. Their ads won't work. However, yours, because you just watched this video, will succeed and they will scale and you will make money. The next one is fairly important, and again, it's one that is overlooked all the time, and that's language. And when I say language, I don't mean, Spanish or Hindi or, the millions of languages on the earth. What I mean, me as a millennial, I speak very differently to Gen Z. I also speak very differently to boomers. But also, me being a male millennial will speak very differently to a millennial female. A great example of this, and probably something that will explain it perfectly, is these videos that are going around at the moment whereby a Gen Z writes a boomer script for an ad, like this example from Currys and PC World.
It's a Brat summer at Currys, my guys. Our offers hit different AF. This microwave ate and left no crumbs. If you've got the guap, a pizza oven is peak flex. These are giving me life. No gas in. Go full Brat summer and drag all your friends who only own fugly barbecue units. It's serving.
That perfectly sums up what I mean. Language, the turns of phrase that we use to speak to people like us, play a massive part. So when you're scripting your videos, bear that in mind. Often enough, we will pair a creative strategist with a brand that is closely in their target demographic. If we're working with a very female-oriented brand, we're probably going to get one of our female creative strategists on the job because they just relate more to the product naturally. So when you're scripting your videos, you need to make sure that maybe you use ChatGPT or you just speak to your customer to understand how you can change your script to adapt to your customer. Trust me, if you implement these 3 tips on targeting your creative, I will guarantee you will get better results. And now you know how to target your customer effectively with your Facebook ads in 2025, but that is just the beginning. If you want to make sure that you're implementing these strategies the right way, then it might be worth us having a conversation. You can check the link down below and apply to work with my agency. If you're not ready for that, don't worry, that's totally fine. You can watch one of my other videos, 7 tips on Facebook ad creative. Check that out now. It's free to watch. Drop a subscribe while you're there, and I'll see you in the next one.